According to dictionary.com, the definition of equality is the state or quality of being equal, or the correspondence in quantity, degree, value, rank, or ability. The American Association of People with Disabilities is a convener, connector, and catalyst for change, increasing political and economic power of people with disabilities. The Americans with Disabilities Act is a civil rights law that prohibits discrimination against individuals with disabilities in all areas of public life, including jobs, schools, transportation, and all public and private places that are open to the general public. The Equality Act establishes permanent protections against discrimination based on an individual's sexual orientation or gender identity in matters of employment, housing, access to public places, federal funding, credit, education, and jury service. The Equality Act also helps strengthen existing protections for everyone. In the Equality Act, a disability is defined as a physical or mental condition which has a substantial and long-term impact on your ability to do normal day-to-day activity. Under material equality, the focus is not on being treated equally, but being treated as an equal.
My coach treated me like everybody else.
Because my boss showed me how to do a good job.
Because a mentor believed in my potential.
Is why I am where I am today.
Material equality acknowledges the importance of individual and group differences.
Race is tied to one's biology, whereas one's ethnicity is tied to their culture. Racial segregation and mistreatment has been the cause of many conflicts throughout history. Through these conflicts, race has become less and less of a stigma, but still remains to be a cause of conflict today. Some inequalities born from racial segregation are slavery, 3/5 of a vote, general mistreatment, inequity in wages, inequity in the workplace, and stereotyping.
This patch of turf. Here, you're defined by your actions, not your looks or beliefs. Equality should have no boundaries. The bonds we find here should run past these lines.
The definition of gender is either the male or female division of a species, especially as differentiated by social and cultural roles and behavior. Many people with disability are often labeled as other and not really seen as a gender. Instead, their gender tends to intensify their disability, like how women are seen as more vulnerable and weaker than men. Identity and gender are highly valued in an able-bodied world. Social influences such as those from family, significant others, and society can also impact a disabled person's sense of identity. People who face debilitating events later on in life can have an even harder time with this. Women give up their dreams of having children, while men feel they are stripped of their masculinity. Similarly to how gender rights movements have centered on the difference to separate gender and sex, the social from the biological, so have disability rights groups to differentiate disability from impairment, the social from the biological. Both, however, have to be seen in more of a light than just social and biological. They need to be seen with more, including political and economical. Rehabilitation can be harder to afford for women than men because they make less in a workplace. Because of this, many disabled women lose their drive to become independent. They face great struggles in overcoming obstacles with the same outcomes that disabled men come out with.
Disadvantage or handicap, especially one imposed or recognized by the law. A congenital disorder emanating from a chromosome defect causing intellectual impairment, including short structure and a blurred facial profile. It arises from a defect involving chromosome 21, usually an extra copy, 70/21, Down syndrome. A chair fitted with wheels for use as a means of transport by a person who is unable to walk as a result of illness, injury, or disability. Wheelchairs